Balls of Rock, episode 358. I'm Dio. Dubs is with me.
Hey, how you doing?
You know what, though? I talk over you every time.
No, it's fine. I say it, too. I hear you. Everyone
Just in
hears
case
us
I
both.
forget.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. Double M.
But it happened. 2 M's.
2 M's equal an M.
It is raining. It's been raining here like a Midwest October.
Absolutely, yeah.
My room, water is coming in through the window.
Yep.
Everywhere's flooded.
Yeah, everything is
I'm
flooded.
not complaining though.
No. Yeah.
I'm just stating facts for the people because this doesn't happen here.
No, this type of rain, the stinging rain, you know that rain that hits you in the face? You know,
Blowing
the wind,
sideways.
Yeah, blowing sideways, as Forrest Gump would say. It hurts, and I forget about it because we don't ever get it here. We only get it in the, like you said, North Midwest, Northeast.
I have no proper boots. I just realized today.
It's not good.
No. So if I needed to go somewhere, I just got to throw on the fucking shoes and hope that it's not too deep, but it is.
You can't wear your docks out in this shit. This fucking muddy, gunky.
If
bullshit.
your docks get wet, you can't walk. It's like wearing 2 cement blocks.
Yeah, no, you're fucked, man.
You know how gross that would be? Wet Doc Martens.
Oh, and the smell.
It'd be terrible.
Yeah.
But it is ridiculous here. People have been texting me. I mean, I'm fine. I live on the 2nd floor. I'm not really sweating it, but it's bad. It's really, really rainy.
Yeah.
And we grew up where there was snow, so we know the difference between dangerous and not dangerous. It's dangerous here right now.
Yeah, because no one knows how to drive,
Yes.
And then everything's on mud. Everything was built, all the foundations were built on faulty fucking ground. And
they didn't, what I've heard from Californians is that they didn't make the streets so what's the word, irrigate, right? Yeah, properly.
Non-irrigating streets.
It doesn't work. They're not properly, so they flood. And I mean, they flood. Like there's like 3 feet deep puddles. Easy.
Absolutely. You drive down Oxnard, down Victory, and all the way to you. If I drove to you right now, I'd be hitting huge fucking lakes.
I saw a Mazda Miata that stalled out in a puddle. That's how deep the puddle was, and the guy couldn't get his door open because it was over that far.
Yeah, and you're just down.
But that's
Van
what he
Nuys
gets for
Boulevard.
driving a Miata.
That's true. That's true.
What the fuck?
If you had an FJ Cruiser, you'd be okay. But who can afford that? Come on.
A Lambo would have glided right over that puddle.
Yeah, he would flew out. Cars? We don't need cars.
Lambo would have just transformed. Yeah. We got a heck of a show. If you're out here in California, you're sitting home probably anyway because it's raining. You can enjoy the show. If you're anywhere else, you can enjoy the show just to enjoy the show.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
The Nuts back home. Headapart off their brand new EP that just dropped, I think, last week. I don't like to say dropped, but I'm gonna. Drop. Load to let the beat drop. See, now that I can do. That's good.
Yeah,
see, now
pretty good.
The Beastie Boys. Headapart. Vices is the name of the track. And then Fire follows with their new track, Say Words. Let's just do 4. Let's do the block. And then Glass Sun with My Maze. Check them out right now. Balls of Rock.
You really chose. Got a wild line, shed a wealthy line. Romantic tales, love for sale. I'm trying to back home. I'm trying to back home. Got white drum, kids lonely hand. In the air, stop, come and smoke the pot. Corrupted hype, corrupted life. I'm trying to back home. promised land. This garbage down the promised land. I'm trying to get back home. I'm trying to get back home. Flow was dead just like you said. Welcome home, we got room. For you, my dear, get no fear. I'm trying to get back home. I'm trying to get back home.
You've got a clue that something's wrong. It's obvious you better hang on before you do a stupid thing. That I love you more than life itself. I need you. Down. I know how it feels in your mind right now. So much like you, I almost drowned. So desperately hopeless, I just wanted you. Something without a name, wrapping around your bones, drawing you to the flames. Say what? Gotta quit pretending nothing's wrong. It's obvious you barely hang it on. Before you do a stupid thing, remember that I love you more than life itself. I need to say what? Look how to tell me what is going on. I cannot help but listen to what's wrong. Silence is the enemy. I know it's getting heavy, so I'm curious. I gotta say what? I know this place far too well. I lived here for years, but nobody could tell. So when you say it feels like hell, so desperately hopeless, you're losing yourself. Shadow without a name, calling from catacombs, drawing you to the flames. Say what? Gotta quit pretending nothing's wrong. It's obvious you barely hang it on. Before you do a stupid thing, remember that
I did a lot of songs. I usually don't do a 4-block, but I like it.
It's pretty cool.
Switch it up for the people. That was Glass Sun with My Maze. Fire Follows with Say Words. Head Apart off their new EP with Vices. And the Nuts with their track Back Home. Big Jim's wild card is, we've already played songs from them, and they got a track on the top 10. But I love these guys' album. I've said it before. Crybaby Bridge is the name of the album. This is the Posers with their track 2.
Penetrates my mind again. It's easy when you just pretend to feel the way you felt her then.
Big Jim's wild card was the Posers with 2. Check out that album. Check them out. Emelina, Let's Go, Ventress, Spirit of the Chosen, and Deep as Bones with Spun. Those are some tracks you can listen to right now.
She looks at 35, but before she got there, she used the sadness and her beauty to make herself a millionaire. Lyra, can you millionaire? Sucking down all the fresh air. Hear that same song everywhere. She's been talking of a revolution. Now started some damn eyes on TV. She went at Rito, she had a Dodger, had her Ray-Bans on. She was itching for a ride. She said life would be peachy if I could break out through to that other side. She loves her looks at 35, but before she got there, she used her sadness and her beauty to make herself a millionaire. Lyra, can you millionaire? Sucking down all the fresh air. Hear that same song everywhere. She's been talking of emancipation. These romances are entirely of her own making. You see, there's this guy and this girl, and they act like they really love one another. I guess acting is the operative word. And it's not in my best interest, but fame can be such a cruel mistress. She loves her looks at 35, but before she got there, she used the sadness and her beauty to make herself a millionaire. Lyra, can you millionaire? Sucking down all the fresh air. Hear that same song everywhere. Do what you were born to do, they'll write your songs for you. Do what you were born to do, they'll write your songs for you. Do what you were born to do, they'll write your songs for you. Do what you were born to do, they'll write your songs for
There isn't much to say to follow on. I wish I could have saved you from the spawn. The days are rather cold and rather long. I still can't even process that you're gone. And I've been thinking about this over time. I never thought that it would come to life. lonely twisting skin and this smile. I can tell what you think before you thought of it. I can scream every day until my voice will bleed. This time I'm done. I'm done. So fun in denial that you run away. So strong is my desire that I run away. I simplify your pain, raging forth in a million memories. There's no sanity this way. I could think, I could wish everything would be all the same every day. I'm in misery. This time I'm done. I'm done. So fun in denial that I run away. So strong is my desire that I run away. This time's gonna be the last time. 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 Yeah, you. Fun in denial that you run away. So strong is my desire that I run away. This time's gonna be the last time. 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 Yeah.
Deep as Bones spun, Ventress, Spirit of the Chosen, and Emelina with Let's Go. That's what Tom Brady says sometimes.
Let's go. Let's go,
He screams
Giselle.
it.
What's
screams
his
it.
wife's
Oh,
name?
it's
Giselle?
not his wife anymore. They got divorced.
Oh, what? That's
Yeah.
great. She's on the market, fellas.
If you're the greatest quarterback of all time and you want to got a shot at her, have at it.
You got Giselle Bundchen.
All you got to
Giselle.
do is be better than Tom Brady.
That's all you got to be.
That's it.
Yeah.
You know, that's weird, Tom Brady, because like how odd would it be? Like you're just, I mean, Michael Jordan probably feels the same way, but like you're just like the best ever at something. Like they can go back as far back as they want. It doesn't matter. You're the best ever, dude.
Yeah, like Namath wasn't that good. He just looked cool as fuck. He wasn't that good.
Wasn't good as
Just
Brady.
good. Yeah.
He's the actual GOAT. He is the
Yeah.
greatest of all time, and he's still playing.
Yeah. Sorry, Dan Marino.
Never got that Super Bowl, and you're not the GOAT, bro.
You're not the goats.
But you're good. You're good. You're good. And your name is awesome.
You got a cool fucking name, Dan.
Danny Marino.
He's in a great
Hey,
movie.
isn't that
too.
little Danny Marino from around the way? He's kicking rocks at my house.
Oh.
Danny Marino. The Stellar Bandits, Blood, Sweat, Tears, Fight the Sun with Carnival. Check them out.
is how we live it. There's no way back, pioneer, headed to a new frontier. Evolution's what you fear. The centerpiece of a crown, you build it up and down. Now it's a push and a shove. And let the fire go, let it burn to the ground. And talking to myself when there's no one around. It's just an urge in me. And I give it everything. You manifest a mirage. When you're in doubt, sabotage. You disappear, you're erased. And then we're down to my grave without a chance to be saved. It's not a lie, just a fact. And let the fire go, let it burn to the ground. And talking to myself when there's no one around. It's just an urge in me. I give it everything. It's just an urge in me. I give it everything. It's just an urge in me. I give it everything. It's just an urge in me. I give it everything.
Yo, Dubs,
Hey, man.
it's interview time.
Oh, it's interview time.
Yeah, that's a bit. We do that way too much.
That's
John's
cool,
here.
though.
John's
Yeah.
here from Bone.
How y'all doing?
Oh, we're good, brother. And partially because of the band Bone. Because you guys fucking melt faces with the rock and roll.
Oh, thank you so much. Anything other than vomiting is a great compliment.
That's the beer. That's the beer after watching the show. Yeah, dude, love it. It's real. It's just real rock and roll. And it's I don't know. It's just something that I'm always drawn to is just raw rock and roll. And you guys are doing it like, I mean, even people, you guys got to look at them, check them out. Some of the videos too, because it's just, you guys are rock and roll. There's no doubt about it.
I think that rock and roll has to be in metal. It has to. Otherwise, it's just a bunch of digital farts.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah. Where's the emotion? Where's the analog? And you know what I mean? Like where it's got it, you got to have it. And that's why I've always have felt in my life a connection to rock and roll and metal is because it seems real to me. I mean, you can get some lame ass posers out there, but for the most part,
you'll have to forgive me. I have the worst allergies and I'm just itching like crazy. So
it's terrible right now.
Here in
It's
Texas,
terrible. It's pouring rain in California.
pouring rain in California. I thought that didn't never
Everything's
happen.
flooded. Everything's flooded. They don't know
Wow.
how to. It's like there might as well be a hurricane. That's how people are reacting.
Is this still called a hurricane on that side? Or is it a typhoon? I don't
Is it a foon?
know.
It might be
I
a
don't
foon.
know. Or is it the other side of the planet when it's a typhoon? I don't know.
Right. All right, let's do this thing just because
Yeah.
people are always curious. Let's do this thing where I'm going to ask you what the first vinyl, the first tape, and the first CD you ever purchased with your money. You wanted it, not like someone got it for you. Or if you, like I always say, just to if you ripped it off, that's fine too. It doesn't matter. Kids are kids. However you got it, I'm saying you needed it. So what was the first piece of vinyl?
I have it. I didn't buy vinyl for myself until I was last year.
Sure.
Like my family had a bunch of vinyls, and I listened to those, and then I moved on. But
Yeah.
I started going into Goodwill and Salvation Army and things like that, and I would just see these things that would stick out. Never metal, never even rock and roll. All I ever see is these like classic. Try not to laugh too hard, but I love like classic like crooners and Christmas records,
Yeah.
and really, really like stuff that made me feel good when I was a little kid. You know.
Sure. Yeah.
And I love music, not just this or that. I love music, and I would see these classical records and these, these old beautiful things that just have the cover covered in mold or falling apart in front of you, but the record's in good shape. Don't know why I'm drawn to weird. Like I have no idea who these people are. Like Fred Waring Fred Waring and the Pennsylvanians. No idea who that is. But great Christmas record. so I know, weird, but what was the next one?
Was that the first one you got?
The first vinyl I purchased? Yes.
And you just were walking through and you were like, I know I found some great stuff at the thrift store. I actually found Elton John's greatest hits 8-track.
Oh wow.
I don't have any way to play it, but I bought it because it was so cool looking. I remember my dad had some 8-tracks. And I always thought they were so cool, but when you find out how it worked, it was all pretty useless.
And the machines were awful.
Yeah, terrible.
Well, here's the thing. Right now, I keep threatening to buy one, but right now I don't even have a record player. So what I do is I've got like several records now, and I keep seeing record players that are kind of cool, but don't really make me want to throw down the money.
Yes.
So I'm really into how they look. I like the ones that look like old jukeboxes. I like those.
Oh, those are cool.
Yeah, if I can find one that's not $1 million, it's made of real wood, that would be really nice.
Yeah, you almost have to check. Like you almost have to get lucky at like a thrift store or something. Like or like what are those? They have those sites or like eBay. You almost have to get lucky, but it's out there. They're out there. Like because
I haven't tried eBay yet.
What's that bulk anymore?
Yeah. No, I think things have come around because the kids see how happy the parents were with all that art, and the kids didn't have anything like it. Nothing. The kids, like most of the kids, don't even hang up posters anymore, which is my mind doesn't understand that.
I know, me neither.
It doesn't have to be a band. It could be just scenery you like, the car, whatever. But they don't even hang up posters anymore.
That was like kind of how you knew if you like you went over to a friend's house like in high school or junior high and you walked in their room and you're like, oh sweet, they like AC/DC. Oh sweet, they like RoboCop, and you knew you were gonna be buds.
Like dude's he's got a Lamborghini, we're gonna get along. I'm never gonna have a Lamborghini, but hey man, I got a poster,
We got future. We got to think about the Lambo in the future. All right, what was the first cassette tape
that I bought?
Yeah,
I was a kid when I bought it with my own money. I want to say it was Hall and Oates.
Oh, that's a good one.
It was either Hall and Oates or Def Leppard, but I think it was Hall and Oates.
That's a good one.
I'm 99% sure it was Hall and Oates. Yeah, and I think it was a greatest hit, so I had all the good stuff.
Yes, I had it too. I had that on tape. That actual, nice. I think it was Volume 1. It was Hall and Oates Greatest Hits Volume 1, and it was like them. They were like it was like silhouettes of them, and it was like
yeah.
I
think that's it.
Yeah, it was great. That was one of the first ones I got too, because I thought they were amazing. And they had a lot of hits.
Like stuff you didn't even remember that was theirs keeps popping up. And
Yeah.
I did not know they hate each other. They
No
just hate each
shit.
other. Oh man, look at the Daryl Hall interview with Howard Stern,
Okay.
and he throws down some insults, and he's like, oh, that guy's an asshole. He's like, yeah, I mean, whatever. I'm not quoting, but it's like that. And
Sure.
and he throws down on someone, calls him the F word for gay. And it's like
Wow.
he apologizes immediately. He was like, I don't mean it like that. He's like, I'm old. I was like, yeah, I've said worse.
I'm Hall. I'm Hall. Please
He's
don't
like,
get mad at me.
yeah, I'm
'Cause They,
huge.
they were like one of the biggest ones back in the 80s. I remember like them and like they were just constantly a hit by them every week. It seemed like.
Oh man, 70s and 80s, they basically ruled the pop charts. Um,
And it holds up.
yeah, yeah, and it's just great music. I ran into a guy. Let me see here, a guy at work, and he was always talking about like R&B singers and stuff. And I walked by him one time, and he was humming something familiar, and it was Hall and Oates, and I was like, I did not know you like Hall and Oates. He goes, and he was a really like all he ever listened to was black people. He was a black dude who only listened to black people that I ever heard the whole time in 6 years that I worked with him. And he suddenly listened to Hall and Oates. He goes, oh yeah, I love that Blue Eyed Soul. I was like, well, I learned something.
They
He was like,
did, but they had
yeah.
their voices were so soulful. I mean, honestly, their music could be in that category.
I mean, yeah, I mean, they were in the oh God, the charts had weird names. Like they would go all over the place. You
Yeah.
remember that?
Yeah.
Like you remember the God, I'm gonna age myself here. You remember all the strange categories they had for finding music with like Columbia House? It's like you would have like so many sub genres. It got confusing.
I remember that
Yeah,
when I was getting free CDs from them.
I did get a bunch of free tapes, and my dad was angry because it's a
I know
subscription.
I did the
Yeah.
CDs. I did the CDs, and no one ever found out.
Oh man, lucky you. I sent the penny. I mailed it in, and I got all these tapes, and I got a lot of really good stuff. A lot of Cinderella and Whitesnake, and that was before I got into heavy stuff. But what happened was something odd because one of them was replacing a tape I had that broke, right? And the case got smashed or whatever. And when I got the tape, I think it was Cinderella's Long Cold Winter.
Mm.
And when I got it, it was obviously like somebody was making a cheaper version of the cover. It didn't unfold with lyrics or anything. It was just like a insert. It was just an insert. And I was like, these guys are bootlegging major artists and then selling their stuff.
I mean, they absolutely could have been. And there's another guy with a soulful voice is the lead singer of Cinderella.
Oh, Tom Kiefer, yeah.
Yeah, I always forget his name, but yeah, oh my God, his
Dude,
voice was amazing.
he went through so much crap with like vocal paralysis, and I always thought he just blew his throat out, but he had like a condition,
Oh,
and he came back. He says I think he said it bugs him once in a while, but it's not the same as it used to be. It's way better now, and he just had a really like sold out successful tour. And like maybe 3 years or 4 years ago, I saw a video of him having a very hard time singing. And
mm.
all the videos I saw now, it was so good.
Yeah, because now they've got stuff. You can go to coaches, you can do stuff. You know what I mean? Like there's things, surgeries, there's things you
Yeah,
can do.
something
That's
medical
good
must have
because
happened.
that would have
Yeah.
been a shame to lose that voice. You know what I mean? Like,
Speaking of that, looked like 5, 10 years ago, probably more than five, but like 10 years ago, Phil Anselmo from Pantera sounded bad. Like he was having a terrible time, and he would always be like, "Oh, you sing and hold the mic out, you sing." And he would say, "My voice is done. Everybody, you sing along." And in the last few years, he came back hardcore, and everybody said, "What are you doing?" And he's all real vague about it. He's like, "Oh, I'm just taking care of my voice now." It's like, dude, I wouldn't give you any shit if you got a surgery. I'd say, congratulations, you found someone.
yeah, I'd say thank you
Yeah, I'd say, please tell me who it is for the future.
because I want to hear some more of that voice because his
Oh
voice
God,
was
yeah.
not as well. And actually, he could get soulful with his voice, but it was his
Oh yeah.
growl that just made him that. Like, I don't remember hearing that before Pantera. him doing
Nothing.
it like that. I mean, me personally, I'm sure it was already
No,
out there,
no.
but
Here's the thing: the origin, as far as I can tell, the origin of that vocal style. He's not a sound alike to me at all, but that vocal style would be X Hoarder, right? And Kyle Thomas, the singer of X Hoarder, and like there's an upper mid range rasp
yeah,
that he found where he doesn't blow his throat out, but everybody else thinks he's screaming his balls off, right? It's kind of a trick, and a lot of singers figured it out, but they don't do it exactly as good.
sure.
Phil Anselmo had a background in singing like giant Rob Halford notes.
Right, right. I remember that from Cowboys.
Oh, even before that, like power metal, like but he sang honestly beautifully. He sang beautifully, like giant sort of Rob Halford, Bruce Dickinson with more of an edge, right? And then but he was always into heavier and more hardcore and punk rock things. And you find out listening to their interviews that he would bring all this stuff to the table like agnostic front or something, and it would totally influence a whole song. And Rex Brown brings it up. I'm saying in my interview, I'm talking about other interviews.
No, that's cool. Yeah, but it's all because the thing is, a lot. Everybody who listens to this show's a music fan.
Oh, dude,
So
I'm an
like it's all like
yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we'll talk about your stuff too. And what was the first CD?
The first CD I bought, Kill 'Em All. A reprint of Kill 'Em All because my tape fell apart. And even when I bought the CD, I went back and bought more tapes because I hated the CDs. I don't know how it is now, but when the CDs first became a big deal, they nobody will admit this, but if you still have your original old CDs from like the early '90s or whatever, like late '80s, they they weren't as good as the tape sound. They were less noise, right? But what they were doing was bragging about the clarity. They were the computer that was sort of everything was being mastered or remastered or whatever processed rather.
Right.
It was taking all the things out that it thought was noise. And it somehow made the guitars sound wimpier on my CD. And it was really obvious. It's Kill 'Em All, man,
It's got to be gritty.
It's got to be raspy and gross and a little punk
Absolutely,
rock, right?
fully punk, fully.
So it's like, what the hell? It's like they took it from this, I was like, yeah, that's what I wanted, and it was like,
yes, I remember thinking that there was something different about it. I thought it was just that I thought it was just because they were compressing it. That's what I excused it. I was always like, oh, it must be compressed so it sounds this way.
I guarantee
I thought the same thing.
I guarantee
I was like,
of it.
why does it sound there was more depth with the tape and the vinyl.
Yeah, and yes, there was more noise on the tape and vinyl, but the thing is, when they compressed it, or maybe somebody EQ'd it also, they squashed or cut out the very top end where the hiss is, right?
Right.
They're like, oh, we're going to make this sound real nice. Well, that hiss is part of the guitar sound and part of the like teenager vocals that James was doing.
Yeah.
Everything sounded wrong. Everything sounded really wrong to me.
I remember it sounded great on some, you know what it was? The more produced the album was, the better it sounded on CD. And I mean like overproduced, like a band like, let's say, Duran Duran would sound good on a CD because it's so produced. Whereas what do you listen to the Sex Pistols on the CD is kind of, you know what I mean? Like you're not getting all the grit.
You know who transitioned from the 2-inch tape and early digital age onto MP3s and stuff very well is Pantera. When you listen to Far Beyond Driven, for some reason that I don't know the math behind it, I'm not some computer whiz, but I'm certainly not a producer, but for some reason that album sounds phenomenal even when it's compressed into an MP3. And I don't know why. I mean, you can go so low that it sounds like garbage, like the quality of the MP3.
Sure.
But in general, there's some albums that it doesn't work, man.
I
don't
know
hear
it doesn't. It just doesn't sound as clean. That's like
yeah.
whenever I'm doing interviews or talking to someone who's like in their early 20s, I'm like, you gotta get it in your ears on vinyl or tape, just so you know. I'm not saying you have to replace everything you have with those things. I'm
Oh
just
yeah.
saying you got to know that sound, especially if you're into music. It's the history of music.
Yeah. Led Zeppelin and MP3s. Maybe now, maybe the newest version of
Yeah, because it's
MP3s.
all polished, right?
And well, they're bigger files now. It's
Yeah,
almost pointless to even have MP3s now. But
right.
and there's another file that it's a type of lossless file. I forgot. Is it like AAC or something like that? But it's huge. It's a big thing. So MP3s are going to go away, I think, because the storage is so huge. You don't even need to compress anything anymore.
Sure.
You know.
So
I mean, yeah.
what are we gonna play after the interview? What song do you want us to play?
By someone else?
By you.
By me? Okay. Well, I just
By
quit the band, so
Bone.
whatever. No. Yeah, music is dumb. I'm hanging up.
Later.
Yeah. But the song I want to hear. You know, I pushed. I love what we did with Rust. That's
Yeah.
I love that one so much.
I'll
But
play it. You want me to play it? It's great.
yeah,
Great fucking track.
yeah, do Rust. I think that's our
All
most
right, we'll do
popular track.
Rust. We'll do Rust. And what do you guys have coming up next? Like tell everybody where they can find you too. Like all the and I mean it's pretty much Bone everywhere, but you might have more.
Well, there's an easy trick where if you go to boneatx.com, no spaces or anything, just boneatx.com. The ATX is for Austin, Texas. If you go there, all the links are there. But also, if you go Bone ATX on Facebook, Bone ATX on Instagram, Bone ATX on Twitter, there we are. And the reason is because there's a million other things called Bone.
Sure.
So, and also we can't use the umlaut, the two dots above the O on Bone. We can't use that in like a URL or anything. So
I know I have them over the on my last name, Dio. I have
that's
them
right.
on there
Yeah.
so it wouldn't be the same as Ronnie James.
And there you go. No infringement on copyright or trademark.
No. And it's my last name. So I just put those up there. So
Oh, it's literal. Okay, yeah. It's like
it's
real.
part of my last name. So I was just like, well, I'll change it a little. But no one's ever said, like, are you related to him? So,
Now, is that like your whole last name you say is, or did you say is part of it?
It's part of it. Yeah, it's the end part of my name. So I just put that in there because when I was in high school, everybody called me Ronnie James because of Dio. So like I was like, I'll just keep it. And all my friends from Michigan call me Dio. So I just kept it.
Hell yeah.
You know,
my friends called me way worse things than Dio.
Oh, I got some of those too.
Way worse.
Oh, way.
Daryl Hall from Hall & Oates called me something real bad.
Yeah, no kid. So what else do we got? So check it out, everybody. We're doing Rust after this. And do you have anything coming out soon?
Yeah. Well, coming up, we're playing a show on Friday in Austin.
Beautiful.
We don't do a lot of shows, but there's a reason for that. Sorry, getting stuff all over my phone here. But we're playing a show at Anderson Mill Pub in Austin. And actually, it's a very underrated venue that we're trying to get people to go to more and more. Love that place. Great sound, really cool people, really cool regulars. Like, you ever go to a bar and you're like, everybody there just hates you? This place, everybody's real cool. And they're like, oh, man, I like your shirt, or they'll just say something.
That's when it's a good time.
Yeah, they're ready for fun, and they will get up and walk right up to the stage and just stare at you and be like, "Oh, cool,"
Yes.
Yeah, I was like, they're just there for the entertainment, man. They don't even care. It could be rap, country, whatever. The same guy will be up there going, "Hey, good job." I'm like, that's okay, man. I like that.
That's great. That's what it's about. That's what it's about, and especially those people who go there and are just like, beers and music. That's how I want my weekend to go. And I mean, that's a good time.
I'm getting really sick of this bad lighting. That's better.
So anyway, though, thanks for calling in.
Oh yeah, dude.
And we'll talk to you soon whenever you have something coming out. Just let us know, send it to us, and then we'll do another interview too.
We're actually playing a new song at the show. So we're going to start recording soon.
Excellent. I can't wait, brother.
Yeah, I'll send it to you for sure.
I love it. I'll talk to you soon, my man.
Hey, my pleasure. And thank you so much, brother. Thank you.
Yeah, bud.
Bye.
Outlaws of Rock, it's time for your top F and 10. But before, Dubs, you got a show coming up 21st?
The 21st, yeah.
You should tell the people about this so they know.
About the show I'm going to play with my band?
And where it is.
Okay, yeah. Black Empathy is my band. I don't know if you didn't know that. Now you do.
Yeah.
But you know about that.
I knew.
Yeah. The people, it's if you've ever been to this place, it's next to the Universal Studios. It's called the UBG. It used to be just this weird fucking place to get a good quesadilla. But no, seriously. And then they all of a sudden had like some good music starting playing after the last 10, 15 years. And now they have like a really good movement going on. It's like good live, like from anything from fucking, rockabilly to fucking comedy. But now there's like metal, like they've always had metal, but they actually can facilitate it.
Well, the first show I saw there was about 8 years ago, and it was like they were pretty much mostly, I mean, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but it was mostly people just playing like one person with an acoustic guitar.
Oh, definitely. That was their major thing that they've always done, right?
Years ago. I mean, because I don't think they had enough space for any. The stage was very small.
Yeah, it's a lounge. It's very comedy oriented, stand up oriented.
Yes,
but then they started doing like a lot of cover bands. A lot of like cover bands. And then just recently they have just got a serious amp, like a cab, like a nice PA system. And they have a lighting rig in there now. So it's good. It's good if you're like in a hard rock, loud fucking band. Good punk rock has been playing there recently. But they've tried. It's easy enough to fall off stage and just land right through a table. Yeah. And I've almost done that before there specifically. I played acoustic shows to punk rock to a couple heavy metal shows, but recently we're really excited. They actually promote, and the show, the 21st. We opened the show. It's a 9 band lineup, which is, I
mean, that's a lot of tunes.
Yeah, I think it ends. Yeah, it is.
That's great.
Like 1:30. I think we're gonna really have to speed it up to load in every band.
Well, I mean, it's great. True. But the good thing for the people drinking beer is they're going to be sitting there. They're not going to call. They're going to call last call at the exact last minute.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
So
exactly.
it's a good time to go because the bars out here in California call last call. Sometimes it just seems like when they feel like it.
Yeah, they seriously, and that's one.
Like, there's only 4 people in here, and it's 11:30. Last call, and you're like, no, dude.
It's one of those bars for sure that does like 1:55. Oh,
that's fine.
Yeah, and they'll let you stay in there for a little bit.
I know that's so classy. I don't think the police should ever bust a place for doing that for their patrons.
No, they shouldn't. Come on now.
I've never seen it happen.
Never seen it happen either. Yeah.
We used to go to this bar in Michigan. It was called Danny's Irish Pub. And we got to know the bartenders so well that we would they'd lock the place up and we could drink. They didn't care as long as we stayed. And we would do tournaments of the bowling, I'm doing then the golden tee.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So we that had the same ball thing. That's why but we would do tournaments after. I would be so hammered sometimes I couldn't participate because it's already like, we already drank all night. And then they're like, oh, you could stay later and drink. And I'm like, this is usually when I'm eating a pizza.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's right.
You're hitting me with the double alcohol. I don't know, man.
I know that's heavy. And when a place does that, when a facility does that for you,
and you can't say no because you're like, this is too cool of an experience to be like the only people in the bar.
Yeah, you're behind the curtain now. Now you have to go. Now you have to commit.
You're asking the guys if they can can I get another beer? And they're like, go get it yourself. And you're like, yeah, I get to walk behind the bar.
Wow. That's the ultimate honor. Like when someone says that to you, like you're allowed to be there behind the curtain, bro.
Get your own beer. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm home.
There you go.
It's home. I started crocheting a little home thing for him. Crocheting.
Home sweet home, crocheting.
So that's going to be in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It'll be a Saturday night. It'll be a good time.
Yeah, if you're not doing anything and you're near the Hollywood area, that's the coolest thing is you just take a fucking freeway on the Uber, 15 minutes each way, 5 minutes.
Wait, is the train running still?
Yeah, the Metro's right there.
That thing drops you off right there.
Right there, dude. Yeah, come on down.
It's like a block away, right? Am I wrong? Or is
No,
it
you're right. It's literally a couple blocks away. Yeah, literally 2 blocks. And that's the thing. You get off there, you can take it anywhere. Go back home to fucking downtown or whatever the fuck. And we play early. We open the show, so it's like 7:30 to 8. And then the band Living Cursed, which it's our like brother band, they play at fucking like 9 or something. So it's great. And a lot of great bands from thrash to trippy kind of rock and roll music to like beat down hardcore to bands like us, like thrash. It's fun. There's a lot of
things. That's what I'm saying. It'll be like playing you'll be listening to a set list.
Yeah.
And that's real cool because you get to hear 9 different bands. That's fun.
Yeah. It's gonna be wild. It's gonna be really wild.
Excellent. Well, I'll be there drinking.
Yeah, sweet. Drinking beer. Yep.
Top 10. Coming in, entering the charts at 10, Kittenhead with Home. Number 9 is Crushed with Water Lily. Number 8, Jane Lee Hooker. Lucky number 7, Shock Balls with One Step Closer. Number 6, Saturn, Don't Ever Change. Number 5 is My High with Skin Tight. Number 4, Quinn the Brain with Bad Friend. Number 3, Coastal Fire Department with Gentleman. Number 2 is The Posers with Nonstop. And number 1, again, is Year of the Dragon with Take Control. That's your top F and 10. And that's the end of the show. We'll be back next week with another show with a bunch of tracks.
Beautiful.
And good stuff. Do you got anything to say? Do you have to say? Do you got anything?
No, I'm good.
You're good?
Yeah.
We'll talk to you guys next week. Dio.
Dubs.
Yeah, that's how. See, I knew you were drinking. That's why I did it that time. Keep you on your toes like a ninja.
Ooh, yeah, ninja.
Got to keep ninja reflexes, dude. I'm like your trainer. I'm gonna throw shit at you so you'll be ready for the show on the 21st. I gotta start getting you, and like your reflexes have to be tight.
I need that. No, I'm serious. That's a good thing.
You know what I'm saying? Your guitar player swinging the guitar around his neck. You don't see it coming. Bam! You're knocked out unconscious. Show's fucking over, dude.
That stage is small. Let's just be real.
So sleep with one eye open, bro, because I'm climbing in your window at fucking 3 a.m. and whipping tennis balls at your head.
Please do it.
I'm filled with matches.
Yeah, this is gonna be one of those. I need that.
I know it's gonna be training regimen. Strict.
Yeah, very strict.
Very strict. You are limited to beer and whiskey only.
Thing is, I'm dry right now.
Oh man, I forgot about that.
This could be my first sober show in 12 years, 13 years, something like that.
I'll be there for it.
Yeah. We'll drink some stuff still.
Drinking for 2.
Yeah, I'll buy you.
Yeah. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Later, guys.
Big beers. Drink them big beers. Woo!
I'm gonna roll with the punches. I'm gonna take my sweet time. I'm gonna go nice and easy. Oh, I'm telling you that